Welcome to Sunday Live and thank you for joining us today. Today we're taking a look at some Hansen 1902 custom shirts. We have our 1902 sale going on, so anything that is Hansen 1902, so we have custom shirts, ties and pocket squares are all 20% off until the 28th. So until Thursday, it's coming Thursday, everything is 20% off if it is our Hansen 1902 label. And so we're taking a look at the custom shirts because we've really never taken a look at them. We did do a live on the ties that we brought in for spring, and then we do have some pocket squares as well. So we encourage you to take a look at all of those. But we're going to spend a little time on our custom shirts. So all of the fabric, or the mill that we use for all of our custom shirts, is Thomas Mason. So you'll find poplins, twills, Oxfords, kind of really you name it, they'll have it. We have put up almost all their fabrics, and we try to really monitor it on what is available. We have some specialty spring summer fabrics that were limited runs, so we have some of that. And then actually they gave us some Albini specialty as well to sell this season, which was really exciting. So they have some fun four flexes, which Manuelberg does a lot with those. And so if you like those, we do have some of those as well. And those all can be found on our site, hansensclothing.com. So we're just gonna go through a few of the customs that I have here. Some are just for customers that still need to be shipped out. Some are just some samples of mine that I've done through the seasons. First, we're just gonna take a simple white. This is actually a twill. And so things that you would be able to choose on here would be like whether you want the pocket or not. So if you want a plain or no pocket or a pocket, and then there's multiple different pocket options. So this would be considered a plain or a pleated front. A lot of people call it a placket as well. We will have the flat front, which I'll show you here. You'll be able to choose the collar and then the collar stiffness. So whether you want it to be stiff, regular, or medium, extra stiff, or pretty much just like a traditional regular. And there is soft, but not too many people ever do it. You will see that option. The fit will honestly be off your two different ways, I should say. One is your body measurements. I'd send you a document that has where you need to measure. It's about 10 measurements that we ask for, and then we'll determine the fit off your actual body measurements. Now, when I say body measurements, I mean body. I don't want to know that you originally or usually wear like a 1634. I'm looking for your actual skin neck measurement, and then there'll be other measurements that we'd provide you. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, we also have a size chart that you could take a look at. And let's say you traditionally wear that 16 neck, that you'd be able to look at. There's like 4 different fits to go with the 16 and be like, okay, I want a 16 relax. And you'd look at the chart and see what it kind of goes out to be. And then we would take your 34 arm that you would have told us as well, and made those adjustments to make that fit. So we can do it 2 different ways. One is very custom to your body. One is a little bit more of that made to order style. And it's really just how you feel comfortable or what you are wanting in your custom shirt. So just know that we will work with you either way to get you the most customized shirt that we can. And it really, in the end, it's up to you on what you want to provide for those measurements to make that shirt out for you. And that is something that we go through at the end. So when you are on our site, you will go and you'll choose your fabric and you'll choose your collar and all those options. You don't have to give us any body information to check out. One of us here will follow up with you. Generally, it's just me. We'll follow up with you either the same day or the next business day. If you're ordering over the weekend, it'll be the first part of the week. That we'll follow up, ask you for those measurements. We'll send you the chart that we're looking for, or those, if you want to give those body measurements, or we'll send you the chart that you can take a look at and just kind of choose based on your body type. So those are your options, but traditionally on every shirt we do mother of pearl buttons. So this has that on there. I will show you some samples that will have colored buttons on it. We can do about anything. A lot of people just go with the traditional style. Sorry, this is a little bit wrinkly. I should have spent some time going through and steaming it here. You'll choose your cuff, and you'll also be able to choose your cuff lining. And then if you want a sleeve placket button or not, will be an option as well. And then your back style, this has a box pleat on it, which again, is way too wrinkled. I should be grabbing a different one. This has a box pleat on it, and you'll be able to choose your back as well. So all different options that you'll be able to go through with these shirts. I grabbed 3 different whites because they all will have a different front to them. This is a fly front. So was made to wear with a tux. So the gentleman wore a bow tie with it. So the buttons are just covered. These just have their white buttons on it. But it's just covered for a little bit dressier, sleeker look. If you're looking for something quite dressy. Again, this one will have no pocket on it, and the back on this is plain. And this just has a spread collar throughout. And then one of my favorite cuffs personally, and when I say a gentleman wore a bow tie with it, I meant I, because this is my shirt. One of my favorite cuffs, it's called the convertible mitered cuff. And you can actually wear cufflinks with it as well, or you can just use the button. So the button will slide. If you're gonna wear a cufflink with it, it just slides to the side and you wouldn't see it and the cufflink would go through. So probably one of my absolute favorites. You also can monogram, and you can choose the monogram placement. You'll see this one, I just have a W for my last name, but you can do the traditional 3 letters, you can choose the font, you choose the color that you want the monogram to be in, and then you'll choose that position as well. So that is all on our site when you're checking out, when you're trying to choose. And this just has that plain front, so there's no pleats, there's no the center or the side, which I'll show you a side pleat one here shortly. This is just that plain back, and then the fly front with this one. And then the next one I grabbed, which all these white ones are wrinkled, so I would apologize. This has a plain front, so it does not have the pleat like this one does. So a lot of people will ask, what is the difference between a plain? So here's the pleat, which it has the extra pleat on there, and this is just plain. So if you don't want to have that extra pleat, if you're just looking for something a little sleek, this is the plain front, and I just grabbed this one as an example that you can do brown buttons, or in this one even has the brown buttonholes. And then favorite color by a lot of gentlemen that don't really wear ties is like this 2-button butterfly spread, I believe is what it is. There's only one 2-button collar that we have, it's this one. But if you're just wanting to have something a little bit at the top, a little bit dressier at the top, I shouldn't say dressier, not wearing a tie, but really wanting a little bit extra color, I should say. A lot of times they do it with colored buttons to add to your shirt. It'd be a great option for you. Again, this one is just gonna have that plain back on it. Gonna grab a pink, and I grabbed this one because of the button down collar. So we do have the button down collar. This one has 0 tie space on it, so it's very close. We can add some tie space if you're wanting that spread to be a little wider. That's definitely an option. This gentleman would have just chosen not to. So it's a very close button down, but it can have like an inch or so or a quarter, however you really want, tie space on there. But again, this one has that chest pocket, or the pleated front. And then this is just your traditional cuff on this. This is just a mitered cuff, so the 1-button mitered. Like I said, the one I was showing you earlier is convertible. This isn't convertible. This is just your traditional mitered cuff, and then these do have those mother of pearl buttons on them. So the back on this does have that center box pleat. This is a lot less wrinkled than the white one. So if you're wanting a pleated, usually it's the center box or a side pleat that a lot of gentlemen choose, but there will be some other ones there as well. And then this one here, no chest pocket, mother of pearl buttons, just that spread collar. This one does have the side pleats to it, so if you're wanting a little bit extra room when you're moving your arms, that's why gentlemen usually like to choose the side pleat, because that will give you that extra room. Again, all these fabrics can be found on our site. They're all Thomas Mason. You really choose everything that you want. So that's why I love custom, and why a lot of gentlemen do, is that you really get to choose and determine your outcome of your shirt, which I think is awesome. Here there is just a nice simple 1 pocket. I will say, again, you'll choose the pocket style. The size of the pocket really goes off the size of the shirt. So the tailor, when they're making the shirt, determines the size of the pocket. So I've had that question before, so it's just kind of why I'm giving it. You don't really determine the size, they just determine it for you to proportionally make it for your shirt. Just gray blue stripes here. Again, that has that center pleat to it. All of these ones have that one button mitered. Again, here another chest pocket, placket front, spread collar. We do a lot of button downs, a lot of spreads are really the most common that gentlemen have been choosing. And then, like I said, every once in a while there are some specialty ones, and this would be one of their specialty ones from Thomas Mason. Went with black buttons with the black buttonholes to accent this shirt. So you can do about anything. So if you want to add a little extra to your shirt, you definitely can. This just has that plain flat back. And again, you can always add a monogram to it. All mine are on the left cuff, but you get to choose that position when you're checking out. So as I mentioned in the beginning, we have 20% off. So you can get 20% off a custom shirt, tie, or pocket square, all by Hansen 1902. The sale is going on until June 28th, so Thursday, for that. And you can find everything, and even our shirts. So when you're going on our site, you just go to brands, Hansen 1902, you'll start seeing all of our fabrics. On the left-hand side, you can start searching through based on color, based on if there's a certain pattern, if you're looking for stripes, checks, plaids, and then the fabric type. So if you want a poplin, twill, Oxford, and if you don't know, you can always give us a call at 712-262-2085. Otherwise, you can find everything at hansensclothing.com.